This insane painting shot was taken at 16mm, a 1/8 shutter speed, ISO 400, and an aperture of 6.3. The hidden gem of this shot is the lens distortion. Everything about this photo is interesting. The background looks like a water painting, the foreground is surprisingly sharp given all the chaos around it, and this image really speaks to the craziness of our big cities and the fast pace of life around us. Lens distortion is an optical effect that occurs when the shape of the camera lens causes straight lines to appear curved. Lens distortion of this kind is more intense with shorter focal lengths, such as your wide-angle lenses like the 16mm lens I use for this photo. Normally, you're trying to correct this out of the image to make it look more natural as you'd see it in the real world. However, the distortion is what makes this shot so special. Check out the way these lines and light trails have this beautiful curve to them, kind of like a brush stroke on the background, but the car in the center of the frame is mostly unaffected. This is because it's right in the center of the frame where distortion is at its weakest. Just like a fisheye lens, the distortion gets worse the further from the center that you are. As a result, the distortion creates these subtle curves inwards, drawing the viewer's attention to the car. Also playing an important role in this photo is the precise camera movement I used when I had the shutter open for 1/8 of a second during the shot. This is a handheld movement, tracking the car as it's moving. This movement is responsible for the light trails in the background, which are much further away from the car. The giant neon billboard was backlighting for the car to make it stand out even more and be the dominant feature of the shot. So I took this shot in portrait. It was way better to have heaps of room vertically to be able to reframe the photo in post. At first, it was a bit harder to get the timing right in portrait. But what it did do was turn up the lens distortion even more because of the shorter distance from the center of the frame in portrait to the edge, compared to that in landscape. What makes the painting shot so special is that it requires patience. You'll usually take a lot of photos to get a small number of usable shots, and that makes the usable ones rare, that one-of-a-kind feel to it. Getting the colors right in camera puts you in the right place to get the color grade you're after in post-production. Nailing white balance in camera is one of the most essential starting points. I made a video on the 3 easy ways to set white balance here, so any questions, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.